Hey guys, SeanB here, and today we're back into Calibria Crystal Guardian. Really appreciate some of you guys who enjoyed the new game and like the video, and leave a comment down below about your new game experience, because I wouldn't be playing this new game if nobody really enjoyed the content. So if you do like the video, leave a comment down below about your first crafting or your experience in the game so far. But today we're gonna craft our first free-to-play Nat 5. So let's do it. Let's put in the fodder real quick. Thank you so much for the great service. But this guy, this ogre, this unit is insane. If you use him and farm his EXP, you will know that he can go madness with additional turn. But let's craft our first Nat 5. Okay. He is the Veramos of Calibria, if you want to compare in Summoner's War, but he is so much better because he will have optional skill that turn him into something different than just the AoE stun and the AoE cleanse. His default attack, instead of putting out a continuous damage or poison effect, he heal an ally, which is really cool. So make him a very well-rounded unit. You have control, you have cleanse, and you have healing. But if you don't need stun, you want more attack break, you can use Death Nova, and in the future in PvP, you might want to use Undead Control. So let's evolve him with the free evolve token you get from the growth plan too, because evolving this guy will take me a lot more farming and I don't really want to do that. So let's evolve him. Alright, looks pretty cool. So what was the entire crafting process? I was very lucky to summon these two units right off the bat. So that saved me so much time. I have to start this guy from scratch though, and didn't really enjoy the process. I hate crafting, even in Summoners or this game. But because in this game, there's no equivalent to a Fran, which is one of the best support unit in Summoners War, provide immunity and healing. The closest resemblance to Fran is this unit, and her skill 3, which buff attack power and healing, doesn't provide immunity, and she doesn't have any skill that provide immunity either, which allow a unit like Veramos with AoE cleanse really shine in this game. So that's why I chose to fuse this guy or craft this guy, even though I hate Veramos crafting in the Summoners War. The most painful process of crafting actually starts here in the Magic Catacomb. So this is my B7 team. I wouldn't say this is really easy to obtain because there's Druid and there's the Demonic Swordman, but I wouldn't say they contribute much either because they're both not awakened. Getting high or getting the Mark III is not really easy. Before I spent any energy in my B7 team, I did some run in B5, and by some I mean way too many for me to admit, and the drop rate for the Mark III, the highest mark in B5, is non-existent. Even though they say that that thing start dropping in B5, I did, I don't know, I think at least 5 or 6 energy refill in that shit, and I gained 1 Mark III or something like that. That was horrendous. Okay, when I start doing B7 and I gain that highest essence really easily, but when I try to do B5 where it start to drop, nothing really happens. So you really want to get yourself to B7 and do it here to gain yourself the evolving material for the Necromancer. And as you can see, my team, the heal block from AOD really helps, and that goblin just did so much damage to the boss. Do you see that? That was really insane, and he's gonna do so much damage in the Colossus as well. If you change her passive to this skill, then she has a much better chance to survive in dungeon and potentially solo the entire boss from 30% HP onwards. This will probably be my first C10 team the moment I finish leveling up my Necromancer and also evolve my... This will be my first C10 team for sure, the moment I 6-star my Necromancer as well as evolve or awaken my Druid for the defense buff. So I will have cleanse, healing, defense buff, turn cycling, and 2 damage dealer to do big damage to the boss, this one's not gonna be hard. The defense break will be taken care of by Necromancer and potentially the defense buff of the Druid, and the attack buff will be stolen by the Goblin all the time, or the Druid can also remove the boss attack buff, and the rest will be just doing damage to the boss. I've been testing this guy out in the Magic B7, and this skill can do some really amazing damage. This is what's gonna happen when you equip your Angel of Death with the attack set they give you for free and upgrade them and pray that the substat is not too garbage. She'll be able to do this stage very consistently. If you have more crit rate, or if I have more crit rate in her, she'll be able to clear every single thing in one shot. Because if I crit, I kill the unit. If I don't crit, then I don't kill the unit. You can go with a skill that have semi AoE as well, which is really good. It clears faster when you can kill 2 units in 1 turn. But the defense break skill is much better, I think, for dungeon, because she can potentially destroy the boss on her own with her own defense break. And I'm also leveling up my Ironheart. Let's talk about that unit for a quick minute here. Initially, I planned to use this guy to deal with the defense break in the C10 dungeon. But then I just realized that if you pull an Ironheart, okay? If you pull an Ironheart, he has a passive that allow your team to gain immunity against defense down. So this is even better because you don't have to time your Necromancer to move right after the left or right eye that put out defense break. This guy just gives your entire team immunity to defense break entirely. This is really strong, and also you can taunt the boss in this game. So the boss has 2 active skill. Both are AoE, so what's the point of taunting? At least the default attack will do a little bit less damage than Destruction Hammer. So you can potentially allow your team to take less damage while giving your team immunity to defense down, which is the biggest reason why the boss is so powerful, defense down. But because I really want to guide you guys through the game, through the way that you don't have to spend too much money, or you don't have to spend money at all, this guy is going to be my primary unit for the early game. A lot of people tend to forget to buy this guy, but please do Arena put in a bad defense. Even though I put on a 1-man defense, nobody seemed to hit me at all, and there are way too many strong defense in my hit list. Is annoying. Yesterday I tried to refresh a couple times, it was all very strong defense. Don't do this. Encourage people to hit you so that you can lower your rank and fight against teams that don't really have any attack power. You want to clear your arena ticket as many as possible. A lot of people tend to put strong defense for fun and then rank up a little bit too high, and then they face enemy that they cannot defeat. The whole point of Arena in the early game is to farm point as much as possible. Don't bother with strong defense, don't bother flexing your full nat 5 defense, because what you really want to do is just to fight these as fast as possible, as easy as possible, to gain as much point to buy your skill cat every single week. Also, when I was streaming this, people come in and they say that they run out unknown summon scroll. So do pay attention to your unknown summon scroll, because don't feed your 1-star unit away like how you do in other game, because you may have to level them up to 2-star, or else you will run out of unknown summon scroll very fast. And it doesn't matter how many ascension cat you have, if you don't have the base fodder to move them up a star, you won't be able to use your ascension cat. Even though I level up every single 1-star I have to become fodder for the next star, I still have way too many ascension cat, which is buying 2 growth pack. I haven't even bought the 3rd one yet, and I have way too many ascension cat that I won't be able to use if I don't level up the 1-star unit, and my mystic summon will run out eventually as well. All these skill up cat will potentially go into the Necromancer. Because it's a nat 5, you don't really want to use your skill up in the nat 4, and getting a skill up for nat 4 is potentially easier, but getting skill up for this guy is really tough. So most of your skill up cat will probably go to your Nat 5, and I think I'll be putting it into my Necromancer so that he'll gain the stun easier. But honestly, I do want to use this skill instead of the stun for dungeon because attack break is really good. When you have attack down debuff on the boss and you don't have defense down on your entire team, then your dungeon team will become really safe. Hopefully in the next 2 days, I'll be able to finish my first C10 team to show you guys something that's more achievable instead of slapping Nat 5 into your face. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.